Hi guys, so I'm on the first day of the mindset challenge here. It's for 7 days, and already I've had some negative thoughts about stuff. My day didn't go well yesterday. I made all these plans to get together with people for the holiday, and everyone canceled, and I got frustrated. I got back into my old believing again, thinking, oh great. I felt like I had not accomplished. Didn't accomplish anything. I got into that state of mind where I'm like, yeah, man, here we go. I don't know anyone, don't have any friends anymore. And I had to take a step back and just, say, hey, you are having negative thoughts here. And I suddenly just shifted my mind. And right away, I already felt better about myself. It's amazing how powerful your mind is. One moment you can be thinking something very negative, and that could really affect you in a negative way. But if you change it, you can be in a positive, think more positively, which is very interesting. I just never would have imagined that. It's the power of the mind. So I'm going to continue on with this mindset challenge. I'm going to be aware of the negative thought patterns that I'm having. And I'm starting to write some of these down at the moment, and then I'm gonna kind of figure out, okay, does this negative thought always come up in this certain situation? What is it that I'm believing about myself that's negative, that's maybe from having success in other areas of my life? And I'm gonna learn to look out for that more. And welcome to day 2 of the challenge. It's actually my fucking birthday. Yes, it is my birthday, and yeah, I can say I woke up pretty positively today. I mean, I did have a little trouble sleeping last night. It's weird because when I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes, and I just reflect on a lot of things, and it gives me time to clear my head and shit, because I don't get a chance to do it during the day. I'm so freaking busy. But I was just kind of up. I woke up on and off throughout the night over the night, and I was well rested, which was awesome. Waking up, my mindset, it was my birthday, so I knew I was just gonna be showered with praise and everything, which was true. Today, the only negative thought I really had was when I was on my way to work and I was in traffic, and I was just really getting upset because the person in front of me was driving so slow. It's I was just my head was going, you guys know how it is when you're in traffic and someone's in front of you and they drive so freaking slow, or I actually wanted to get to work a little late today. I mean, not late, I'm sorry, early today, so I can leave early. And but I had to stop right there. I'm did I really want to let my anger affect the way I was thinking about the world around me? And this was very interesting because this entire concept came to mind. I was reading up this book on believing in yourself, and it made me think of this. It's you cannot let others affect you. So pretty much saying anything that happens in the outside world, you have the choice to let it affect you, and you don't have the choice to let it affect you. So right then, as I was just getting so pissed off in traffic and everyone's driving slow, and I just wanted to, I wanted to do some road rage stuff, but just because it gets frustrating being in traffic, guys tell me. But I stopped for a moment and I realized, I'm do I really want to let that stress and way of thinking drain me emotionally? And I said, so I decided, I just took a deep breath and I said, and that's what I thought to myself. I'm do I really need to have this incident really affect me negatively and drain my energy? It's my birthday. I gotta be fucking up in the air and kicking ass today. Before I end the video, I want you guys to, next time someone upsets you or something upsets you, or someone says something to you that makes you think bad about yourself, I want you to kind of just not let that affect you. You realize that you are the charge of how you think and how you feel about yourself, and you decide what words you're going to let other people say to you that are going to affect you or not. and you're going to decide what's going to get you upset and what's not going to get you upset. So I want you to kind of like look into that, and just say like, that when something happens in your life and you're changing your way of thinking about yourself in a more negative manner, the best thing I could suggest is to not let the external world bother you. And I find that like when you kind of take some time early in the morning to meditate, and just kind of think like some positive thoughts about like, I might do some affirmations or some shit like that, but I may just try to just have mental pictures in my head of, the attitude I want to project throughout the day. And sometimes it just like helps me, like it rejuvenates me. It makes me want to like freaking kick ass. So I did a little bit of that, and I found that it helped. However, like I had something, I don't know, it was weird, probably like Thursday, maybe Tuesday night, late into the night, or Wednesday morning, I just had like, I don't know, some old negative thought just like kind of creep back into my mind. Doesn't that suck though, when you feel like you're all fucking positive and confident, and then something like triggers that negative thought, and you're just like, oh fuck, I got to deal with this again. And so what I normally like to do when that happens, I have to say, well, whenever I get into a situation like this, this feeling or thought always arises, and I try to take like a logical approach to it, and sometimes that helps me pull through and just kind of dissect everything. And then I have to say to myself, well, I shouldn't let this, affect who I am as a person. And I find that it really helps. And you still gotta, like, when you're in these like mental ruts and shit that, or maybe, when they just kind of come back up again, I still find the best course is just to kind of like, instead of just sitting around all day and reflecting and letting it like drag you down, I find that the best course of action is to kind of, like I said, just kind of reflect upon it, but also still continue to be active in your life. Like, don't let it drag you down. Like, go out there, socialize with people, go maybe call a friend, or do an activity that will keep your mind off it, because sometimes that just helps you get through those like those waves of like mental brain fart shit that like kind of like this kind of drains you with negativity, so that will help you kind of deal with it as you're going through it. And then as you pull out of it, you'll know you'll pull out of it. If you can just kind of stay focused on that, you'll start pulling out of it, and you'll know you're pulling out of it, because like your mind is just clear again, and the fact that that thought is not on your mind, that really helps too. So like I said, continue to stay focused. I mean, what can you recall a time when you were in a situation and you were just like, oh man, everything was like good in your life, you had these positive thoughts, you were confident, and you're just one day, then a thought hits you, or something happens in your life that triggers like an old thought, and then you kind of like you hold on to that thought and that feeling, or for like a little while, like a couple days to a week. How do you deal with it? And I'm sure we all have our own systems for doing with that, but like, and definitely if you haven't had a system, try some of the approaches that I've done, because I found that helps. But definitely, this shit happens, and I mean, I hate when this happens, because like I'm mostly a positive person, and like and I'm very confident that this, like, but sometimes though it's just weird, because shit like this kind of like hits you hard, but you can't dwell on it. You're like, and that's what I've learned. You can't dwell on it. You just gotta learn that, hey, you gotta accept it. Yeah, you're gonna have those like days like that where it's just like, oh crap, but just ride the wave, get through, and eventually you will succeed, and don't let it drag you down. Hey everyone, so I just wanted to give you the final updates for the past few days with this mindset challenge. It's been epic as fuck. I was able to become more aware of like my thoughts and how they were affecting my life by documenting this experience. And I'm gonna like be doing this more when I'm filming future videos, and we'll probably bring back some of the mindset stuff when I'm working on different titles. But I want you guys to like be aware, again, just saying, when you have a negative thought, you have the power to let it affect your day or not affect your day. You can dwell on it for just a second and be like, okay, yeah, that's just a negative thought, and just say, okay, fuck you, we're gonna get going, we're gonna get kick some ass right now. And when you have more of an awareness, when you can kind of let go instead of dwelling on that negative thought or change your thought pattern, that's gonna really help you move forward with your life and with the way you think about yourself. It seems we had a lot of things that constantly come to mind. We have like a busy day, we have like, there's people giving us shit and everything, and that can affect, the way we think about ourselves and even life in general. Like there's certain things that could happen in life that are just like drive you crazy, and you're just like, I can't, this is just ruining my thought process and the way I'm thinking about myself. And when you become more aware of that, like you will realize that you have the choice to let that bother you, or you can choose to think differently and have a different perspective and just change the thought process. Like, I always said it, I said in the quote earlier, when a negative thought arises, you have the power to change the direction. So remember that, you can change the way you think, whether it be by replacing it with a more positive thought or affirmation, whether it be like just accepting it and just not caring. Yeah, you'll figure it out, but it's important that you realize how your thoughts affect the way you think about yourself and the action you take in the outside world. And when you can do that, you can have that power to just deal with your thoughts and help them work for you in life instead of having them work against you. Well, everyone, I hope you like the challenge. Very quickly before I go, I had an awesome birthday weekend with some friends. We got a few cabanas at this like bar in North Phoenix here, and I had another small gathering with people, and it made me realize too, like, just being around all my friends and them being there for my birthday made me have like gratitude. I was like, it makes me feel good to have actually good friends who care for you and want to be there for you on your birthday. And that's another thing too, when you have negative thinking, you have to realize, think about all the nice things you have in life, and that's really going to help you, be more positive. It's really going to make you happy, because sometimes I think we think more about the negative than we do the positive, and when we can embrace some of the things that we're grateful for, we can also be happy and realize, well, hey, life is not as bad as we think it is.